We are North America.
And we are the Other People's Show.
Oh, what y'all doing?
Live on 92.5 WLSD The Vault. I'm Adam.
Hey, I'm Anthony.
And those guys before us, I enjoyed their show tonight.
Nice guys.
Really, yeah,
nice guys.
One of them gave me a gumball on the way out.
No kidding.
Yeah. I mean, it was only a quarter gumball out of the machine up front, but still.
Yeah, they had, I can't believe they let them in here with all the surfboards.
He almost took my head off.
Way too many. Way too many.
I think one of them could surf and the other couldn't.
The one guy looked like the singer for that one band, but I can't think of the name of the band.
He kind of did.
Yeah.
He kind of did.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing tonight, Anthony?
Fantastic, buddy. What about you?
Doing good. Doing good. Now, as we just said a moment ago, or as they just said a moment ago, you can go to all of the social media pages, the Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Just go to The Other People's Show.
That's it.
Videos and podcasts are going up weekly, every couple days.
Oh, yeah.
And
busy.
you've had a busy last couple weeks.
It was wild, yeah.
And,
busy. It's been a week. It was this week has just been back to the grind and
right.
getting all the things that I put on hold for a minute.
Right.
I've been trying to get a new tune out for a while, but when a vibe comes around, it's kind of tough for me to do anything other than a vibe. So,
right.
I just finished up recording a podcast last night. I'm doing my vibe wrap up
Recap. Okay.
Yeah. So I did the first part last night.
Okay.
So
When will that be released?
I thought about maybe I'd try and get it out tomorrow or tonight.
Okay. So we'll definitely check that out on. Is that going to be on your own page or?
Yeah, it's on the Anthony Way on YouTube.
Okay.
For right now.
Okay.
And then we just share it on all socials, and you'll find it on awvibe.com.
Okay. We'll put a link on there
as
well.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the festival. It went really great, I thought.
I thought so too. I do. There's one particular question that I want to ask you, but I'll just tell you, my thoughts. Had a great time. It's not the easiest thing in the world to bring together, but it's not incredibly difficult either.
Right.
It's a labor of love, and I really do enjoy it. I love all the bands. I love working with all the people, and really kind of doing that. Am I great at it? I don't know. But I do want to learn. I want to be better at it. So, and we're already, I start meetings next week for next year. So
awesome.
We took a week off. I think last year we took maybe 3 or 4 months off.
Okay.
But I wanted to change that this year because there's a lot of cool things that I want to add. We're going to end up doing a lot of fundraisers through the year.
Right. Okay.
There's some recording projects that I want to get all the artists involved in. There's a few things that I want to do throughout the year that are going to be instrumental for the end result next year.
Right, and it's going to be about around the same time next year.
Yeah,
as well?
I think we're locked into the last weekend in August every year. I'm pretty. I can't guarantee, but I'm pretty sure that we are.
Now I will say
I think there's some other things on either side of that weekend that we couldn't do.
I will say that your festival was the highlight of my August.
Oh well, good.
It really was, and
it was awesome having you there. In case anybody didn't know or wasn't at the festival, it's just a 2-day festival with tons of bands all around. And Adam was there doing a bunch of video and photos and stuff. So thank you for
no problem
for being there and doing.
No, I didn't get to do the interviews like I had wanted.
That's okay. Yeah. But it was kind of spur of the moment.
Right.
You only had a couple of weeks to prepare for it, and we're gonna have the gear and have the setup, and we'll be it'll be a little different for
right.
For next year.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of great. How many bands ended up artists performed?
It was just at 50.
I was going to say.
Yeah, it was right at 50.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's some very talented people.
Oh, no kidding. I'm so lucky to, I love being a musician. I love that's the thing I've chosen for my life and how I'll ride out into the sunset, but I'm so lucky to know just like some of the coolest people in the world, and they're all just so talented and so fun to be around and creative and always spinning plates just like me.
Yeah. No,
just like you.
Just like the creatives.
That's right. Yeah, that's what we do.
But you could tell, I could tell with each artist that they had passion.
Sure.
I mean, you could tell the real love and passion, and they loved being up on that stage.
Yeah.
And they loved the audience, and that was really great to see. And you pulled it off. So
thanks, buddy.
Kudos to you. I'm very.
It wasn't alone. I pulled it off. The bands had to believe in me. The venues have to believe in me. The town believed in it.
Yeah.
you know.
And that was, I will say this, that they have, at Good Times, they have really good pizza. I got pizza
no doubt.
both
Yeah.
nights there, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, my favorite thing is the doughless pizza.
Okay.
It's just all the ingredients in a big pile.
I might have to try
It's
that
so
next
good.
time.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
I'm not really one to go out much to, not that it was, I don't want to say it was an effort, because that makes it sound like I didn't want to do it. I wanted to come to the shows.
Right, and you did.
But it was, it's always hard for me to go out and do things like that.
Yeah.
Especially when I've, like I said before, I used to go to the movies and still do often by myself, and I don't mind to go out to eat by myself or something like that. But sometimes it feels a little lonely to do things like that by yourself. But
is it an anxious thing? Is it a...
Yeah, I think so. I think part of it is, and then like I had mentioned off air, the this month in last month in August was not a good month.
Yeah, you got some memories tied up to the month of August, and
and it's been, I don't. It's kind of weird because it seems like looking back, I don't have good Augusts. I really don't.
Well.
Like I was even talking to one of my good friends, and she was like, don't you remember? When we would do things often in August. August would always be a tough month for you, and I said, yeah. Now that you mention it, because I was going back and looking through like certain memories, and I would look at the dates, and I was like, yeah, that was in August. This was in August, and then this past August, the one we just wrapped up was probably the worst August that I've had.
Okay, well, here's an idea. This real time.
Okay.
Starting now, you have a year to prepare to do something exciting and fun every day next August.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a note to do that.
Make a note and do 31 cool things.
31 cool things of August.
And I think that's what we'll just call it, 31 cool things.
Okay.
And just do something every single day. And
I like that.
We need to break the cycle of your August. If you've had consecutive Augusts that have been bad, let's break the cycle. Yeah. And that's how we're going to do it. Yeah.
No, we had talked about several shows ago how we get through these rough periods. Yeah. And, it was funny whenever that was actually being discussed, a rough period wasn't going on.
Right. Everything was good. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it was like all the side hustles were doing well. Sure. And, the personal life was doing well. And the show was gaining traction and having a great time doing that. Sure. Which I still am. But it just seemed like a lot of it almost collapsed overnight, to be honest with you. And it has been a very difficult time to get through this.
Okay, so then let's go back to let's take a cue from the previous shows. What are you doing to get through it?
Well, what I've done is I used to watch almost a movie every single night.
Okay.
I haven't done that. And it was, like I said, I did rewatch Point Break. Mm-hmm. I've not been handling it in the best ways.
Yeah.
But I do recognize that I haven't, so I'm not going to continue those bad ways.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's a great answer. That's a good piece of growth there.
And I've been able to take responsibility for the bad actions that I've done, and that is something in the past, and I don't know if it's like this for others, but that's really a difficult thing for me to own up to.
To take the responsibility?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Especially when
everybody would have that.
Especially when you know that you have to take responsibility because your actions have caused pain, misunderstanding, miscommunication, things like that. So I've been trying to. I started journaling again yesterday.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And I go to this up at Mandarin Massage in Wise. I go up there and I do the Reiki treatments up there. So that's been helping me, and I'm starting to try to meditate a little bit. Now, do you practice any kind of meditation?
I do, but it's probably not as long in the day as I should give myself. I don't have a real good practice of like settling down. Mm-hmm. Like my mind's constantly moving and I'm constantly creating, so I stay on the go and I stay busy. And that keeps idle hands, idle mind.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see that.
And that may come from the addictive history and from being sober. It's just a constant push forward,
right?
And I'm responsible for a lot of things, not only work related, but creatively, creative things, related,
Right.
family related, dog, cat,
Right.
there's a lot of things I'm responsible for. And so, I have a thing, plus as you get older, you don't want to miss any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
There's projects that are not completed, and I'm on the grind to get those done.
Right.
And because, one of the things I want to do is I want to leave my legacy, whatever that is,
Mm-hmm.
my little sonic children,
Right.
like there's things that I got records. I got, like after that, like I'm still working on this record, which has 10 tunes. And after that, like I've already written like 40 other songs.
Right.
So, I want to get those recorded.
Now that's something that I did not get accomplished in August. I had anticipated making the short film into a larger theatrical film, and was hoping to show it at the Scream Fest in Lexington around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look like that's going to happen at this point. But that was a little bit of a disappointment also in August, that I really had planned to film some stuff, as far as like the movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't write it either. So that was my own, that was my own frustrations.
Sure.
It was my own, there's been a lot of, just after the day, just going home and going to bed.
Yeah.
And it beforehand, I mean, it would be, as soon as I would be done with the show, I would be editing the show right away. But it's been a few, this probably this week has been the hardest, I would say.
Yeah. Well, you just got to, take it on the chin a little bit and then get back at it. It's okay to have a break.
Yeah.
It's okay to.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping that this September will be a fantastic September.
It's going to.
I mean, I really feel that it will. Fall has. I do like. Do you have a certain season that you like the best?
I think I'm a fall guy.
I am too.
Yeah.
But I always. Do you have seasonal depression or anything
Sure,
like that?
I think creatively, I think I do. Yeah.
You do?
I'm guilty of like working my butt off all day and going home and sleeping in the middle. Like 5 o'clock to like 9 o'clock.
Right.
Because I get up at 5. Like I'm on the hustle pretty early, so I don't have. I just got to get sleep in when I can.
Right.
And you don't always feel like sleeping at night because we have a creative thing. So it's like sometimes after like 9 or 10 o'clock, you kind of get inspired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it like I'm watching a movie or series or something, and I'm playing guitar at the same time.
Right.
And I'll find something that kind of strikes me, and I'll go, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
Right.
I have the luxury of having a studio that I can walk to, and let's see what that happens.
Right.
5 hours later, I'm recording bacon frying, just to get that something sizzle in the background so I can layer it. Just doing the dumbest things, putting gravel in the bathtub so you can shovel it with a.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, so you're just doing. So you get creative, and then it's a then it carries you somewhere.
Yeah.
So not that you're asking, but sometimes good advice is to just do the one thing, and when you do the one thing, it'll take you.
That is good advice.
It'll lead the way.
I do want to get back into that, and I think I'm going to start making myself, even if it's only write a little bit. It was a practice that I used to do quite often. Was I would write some on whatever script that I was working on every day.
Yeah, good.
But I wouldn't say I got to do a page a day or 5 pages a day. I sit down and I've blocked out let's say 11 p.m. to midnight. That's going to be writing time. And I would usually make a soundtrack of the songs that I would like to have, and I listen to that when I write.
That's good.
I'll
That's
go
good.
through.
You're doing 2 things.
Yeah, so I try to do that. But yeah, it's been a tough week. But your festival really helped me last week. Good. So what were you going to ask about?
I was just gonna just real simply, like as a non-partial sort of festival bystander goer, like. How did you feel about it? Like I know you've kind of already answered it, but like I
felt it was very.
I'm very much in the yard.
Right.
I need somebody outside the yard, to like.
Now even because I do have a little bit of social anxiety, especially when there's behind the scenes stuff going on, but I felt a real love at the festival. I felt it was inviting to everyone. And I didn't feel like, even when I got up sometimes and was filming things, I never felt that it was a displeasure, that like I wasn't in anyone's way. Everyone was inviting, and I think that everyone there, because I talked to a couple of people that were there, audience members, just people that I didn't know, and that's often I often, not that I don't want to do that, but I'm often not comfortable in my own skin to do that. And so, I was able to do that some, and I really enjoyed it. But I felt it was very warm, a very welcoming vibe.
Cool.
And I like
That's good to hear.
the different genres of music.
Yeah, we went deep this year.
And it was fantastic.
Cool.
And I liked a lot of the covers. Well,
thank you.
That people did, and I think everyone involved should really be proud of themselves.
Well, good.
So you did a fantastic job, and everyone did.
I think there's a lot of bands that I've turned on to this show, and said, we'd love to have you. So I think a lot of those, I don't know what they are, but I think a lot of the bands are going to listen to this show,
and they're always welcome.
Yeah. So kudos to all the bands again. But
because we've had some great guests on the show.
Yeah, we had Stephen Murray, we had Brandon Magger, we had Andy Hughes from Broken Sound. Yep. I did a podcast with Andy.
Okay.
And I got 2 more artists coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Very cool. Is he still down in Asheville?
He is. Yep.
Because he said he thought about coming up this way.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we've talked some, and he's talked some, but we got some. We're doing that little southern run here in a couple of weeks, and I'm having a good time. I went down. We're doing rehearsals.
Okay.
So they're learning a bunch of my tunes. I'm learning a bunch of their tunes, and for anybody that's listening, Broken Sound kind of joined the Anthony Wayne Vibe for a little while, and I joined the Broken Sound. So we're doing a little Vibe verse sound tour, and we're pretty excited about that.
So you tell us a little bit. You've already, how many? You going this coming week, the tour?
Oh no, it's in September. September 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay, so near the end of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a busy week, because I think we've got that maybe a music video in the works.
We do, yeah.
And then Tyler Perry has his film showing here the 26th, is it?
All right, cool.
Or it's on the
29th?
Yeah, 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Friday.
All right, cool.
So we might not have a show that week.
We're going to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are we going to go are we going to...
Oh, no, we have to do something fun.
Yeah, we got to do... Yeah, we got to go as like a... Can we other people podcast it, or somehow we can?
I can ask him, see if he'd be up for that.
I don't want to take away from his thing, but I'm super proud of him. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I've seen a few.
You have?
No, I've not seen the whole thing, but I've seen a few scenes.
Is it cool?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
And then he did win best gore.
Yeah.
At the FrankenCon. Yeah. So.
He helped me with some digital work on one of the AVIBE Fest a few years ago.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Now, I did like the AVIBE shirts that you had.
Thank you. I did. Yeah, it was a.
Did you? Was that your drawing?
I did. Yeah. Okay. I think it was just an impromptu sort of drawing. I've kind of gotten into like the punk merchandise aesthetic.
Yeah.
And a lot of bands that I love are doing kind of that drawing, and that kind of inspired me. And I was like, I'm gonna just draw my own shirt.
How long did that take, you think?
To get the some of the nuances correct, I had to draw it like maybe 10 times, but the idea came pretty quickly.
Okay.
And anybody that is interested in AVIBE merchandise can just go to AVIBE Fest on Facebook, and then you'll find it all. Or you can go to awvibe.com and you can find some stuff there, but we got a few shirts left.
I am very proud of you for
thanks, buddy.
For that, and it I'm glad that I was able to come down and
forevermore. And we made just it's in August, so maybe we're changing your August.
True.
It's at the end of August, so now we're changing your August forever.
Yeah, because like I said, August. From pretty much from July 14th until today, which is 6 weeks, it's been rough.
Yeah.
But the last couple, especially the last couple of days, have been really rough. And there's been, I don't often like to do this, and I don't do it on purpose, but I did break down and cry a little bit yesterday at one of my side hustles, and I had to go in the back. And so when I came out, a customer was there, and she looked at me and think she could tell that I'd been crying.
Yeah,
because I got the pity look.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't really keep those emotions in.
That's okay, buddy.
So, that's how. See, I can't. I see you as such a calm, inspiring person that I don't know how comfortable that I would feel if it were anyone else sitting there.
Fair enough.
Does that make any sense?
Sure. Thank you.
So it's kind of like.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that.
Well, I come onto the show, and then Anthony's the therapist, unbeknownst to him.
I do try.
We have Dr. Wayne, therapist Wayne, in the studio tonight. So, I
just want everybody to be cool.
Yeah, it will be. So we were talking a little bit earlier on the other show about some extreme things like surfing or skydiving. Is there anything extreme that you've wanted to do that you haven't done yet?
Man, I don't.
Not that you can think of.
Not that comes,
Yeah, I don't. I'm not really. Not that I'm not an extreme. I'm emotionally, I guess, but I'm not really a thrill seeker in that kind of a way.
No, for sure not. Yeah,
I don't
me either.
Did you ever see the Full House episode where Jesse rides his motorcycle on the it's like a concrete barrier or something?
No.
And they get him not to, but he did it when he was younger, and then he's wanting to
trying to do it
prove
again.
that he's still cool, and it was kind of a thrill-seeking thing. And I've never been one to seek thrills, like dangerous thrills like that.
No, me either. I think when I made the transition, I skateboarded a long time, and then once I stopped and started playing drums, then everything became about the music, and I was afraid to break a wrist or anything that would stop me from playing. That eventually turned into touring,
right? And
that eventually turned into consistent touring and recording and stuff. So now everything's nah,
it's too. Well, I had, I don't know if you know, but I've got a pinky injury, and it's a forever pinky injury now due to basketball a couple years ago.
Is that you were catching the ball or something?
Yeah, they threw, I should have received a bounce pass, and they threw overhead pass to me, and
just stubbed your finger real good.
It dislocated it permanently, even with surgery. That's with surgery. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, I wonder how much that, because I've played guitar a little bit after it, but I don't know if it affected me. I don't know.
No, I don't think that pinky on that. That's your strumming hand, so I don't think.
Yeah. Now it did a little bit affect me with the piano.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't really do.
Yeah, you can't get out there and get that.
No.
That high note.
So what do you do?
You're playing minor. Everything's in minors now.
I love the minor keys, though.
Oh, yeah.
I really do.
They're fun.
The sad ones.
Yep, they are melancholy.
So what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, not a lot. Just been, the podcast and the new tune have kind of been on my mind.
Okay. Now, with your podcast, are you going to put it out like a weekly thing? No,
it's not really been. I've not been consistent. I was decently consistent for a couple, and then a vibe happens, and that kind of throws me.
Right.
And now I'm getting started with a vibe, even sooner now. So we'll see. It just kind of happens when it happens. And with scheduling with all the other artists that want to come over and do it, it's like, I can't come over this weekend. I got, can I come in? Can I come over next time I'm in town? That kind of thing. So it's going to be infrequent because of a lot of those items. But I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Because you have to. I mean,
yeah. Like with Andy, he came over and we recorded it, but I haven't had time to edit it too much. I've listened to it and tried to, do a little quick edit, but and now we're getting ready to do, the new Broken Sound record in December. So it's just a matter of trying to find some
time to do it.
Yeah, the space and time.
Because editing does take quite a while.
I will tell you, it's my favorite part about recording.
Editing is fun.
I love editing. When I first started doing this, 25, 30 years ago, I was real nervous about editing. I didn't want to do too much or not do enough.
Right.
But now I've got this zen where I just really love it, and I can move pretty quickly through it.
Me too.
Pro Tools as well as just doing audio editing. I love it. I love the meticulousness of just being still and quiet and the calm and listening.
And also when I'm editing, video or scenes, in my mind it's the third part of directing.
Oh, sure.
Because you're actually creating the movie from the pieces that you've got. Because I look at a movie, you've got the vision or the puzzle in your mind, what it wants to be, and then you have the script, and she has the script, and all these pieces are coming together to create this puzzle that the director or the writer, whomever, has written. And the last part of it, the last part for me is the music. I put the music in very last, but editing is, it can take so much time, but it gives me so much pleasure.
Yeah, it's incredibly important. Like, it does take time because it's impactful. It really does make a difference.
Well, also
transitions.
I would sometimes, there was in the past, I had one person that I always let watch the bass, the bass thing, and then I would get what they thought, and then sometimes I could edit it into completely different. I turn it around, like I could turn a horror scene into a comedic scene.
Yeah.
Just by one little edit here, or maybe one little sound effect there.
That's the beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it accidentally happens is wonderful, but when you're able to recognize it and put it to play not accidentally, that's a great joy as well.
That's cool.
And editing, I think movie trailers now, they're good, I guess, but in my opinion, they give away too much.
Yeah, they're really selling it. Yeah, it's 3 minutes of everything.
And it pretty much, if you go and watch a lot of them, it's pretty much, first, second, third. You've got the beginning of the beginning of the movie, middle, and the end, and they've pretty much put in that order, so you basically know what's going to happen a lot of times anyway.
Didn't used to be that way.
No,
it was very like you didn't know anything. Like, you would just see honestly, some movies just like black screen, words, voiceover. Coming Friday, like, it was honestly that quick. Like,
you didn't even know, like, for example, Kevin Spacey. You didn't know that he was even in the movie Seven because his name wasn't even in the credits, and he wasn't doing any promotion for that. So, like, sometimes they would keep big name actors or actresses out of the the promotional tools. So when you saw them in the movie, it would be like, oh wow, that I didn't realize. And Seven, you've watched Seven, haven't you?
Sure.
I got to say, Seven would probably be one of my favorite movies.
Oh man, it's good.
Yeah, I saw a double feature one time in Coburn Cinema on a Saturday where I'd seen Seven in the middle theater. I paid again, and then I went and watched Stallone and Antonio Banderas' movie Assassins.
Oh, so
I had a double.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good run.
Yeah. So I don't know. I had like that. That also goes into my little my big heart for Stallone.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I mean, I kind of always...
We all know at the office here that you love Stallone.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
And I'm glad that
I'm
glad that we did Cobra.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, man.
That's I think we discussed it.
Or the other guys did Cobra.
The other guys did Cobra,
Nice guys.
I do think that they missed an opportunity.
For Cobra 2?
Yeah.
Oh, can we please do it?
Yeah.
I mean, can somebody get Catherine Bigelow on the horn?
Yeah, she could do it. You get Keanu Reeves in there.
Easily.
You bring back Stallone. And that's another movie.
I'm bringing back Tony Gonzalez, his partner.
Yeah.
He was the best.
I did watch 2 Van Damme movies this past week.
Van Damme.
Lionheart. Have you watched Lionheart?
Oh, yeah.
And what was the second one I watched? Death Warrant. But Lionheart has...
I don't remember Death Warrant. I'd have to see the cover,
He's just got a white T-shirt on, and he's in that karate stance because he's in a prison.
Okay, I've seen it.
He's in a prison.
Okay, I've seen it.
And he fights, the main villain is named the Sandman. It's pretty decent. I mean,
cool.
for a prison movie, it's not bad. I don't know if it's quite as good as Stallone's prison movie called Lockup.
Oh, yeah,
Have
seen
you
it.
seen
Or
that?
what was the other one, the newest one? Escape? Is it called Escape?
Escape Plan.
Escape Plan, yeah.
Yeah.
He did 3 of those, I think.
3 of those?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
I only watched the first one.
I think there's another Expendables coming out, too.
Now, if you go and you watch the new Expendables trailer...
Look how we just slid right into movies.
I know. If you go and watch the trailer and you don't know it's Expendables trailer, it doesn't open up like an Expendables movie. Like, if you didn't know that's what you're watching,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It starts off with Megan Fox and Jason Statham as if they're dating, and then you think the movie's just going to be about them.
Yeah.
And then there's a knock at the door.
And then it's like all 12 of them.
Yeah.
Here we are, the gang's all together.
Oh, and Van Damme is in the second Expendables movie.
He was.
As that's probably my favorite one of the three.
I don't really remember enough about all three of them to say one was my favorite or not, but I did enjoy them.
Yeah.
I thought the one where they brought in like Ronda Rousey, there was was there not like a group of girls? Like there was Zoe Bell maybe?
I think that was the third.
Is that the third one?
I think so.
I thought that one was really cool.
That's where Mel Gibson's the bad guy, isn't it? Is he the bad guy in that one?
I don't remember.
It's been a while since I've only seen each of them once.
I think Gary Busey was in it.
Gary Busey should have been the bad guy.
Busey.
Now Busey had a reality TV show at one time on Comedy
not.
Central called "I'm with Busey."
I don't know if I knew that.
And it's back when it was in the 90s, and it only lasted it might have been early 2000s, but maybe early 2000s. It only lasted one season. I never watched an episode, but I do remember seeing promotional. And I was like, Gary Busey's doing... Because I'd kind of taken, at that point, Gary Busey was... I didn't realize he was a little bit of a... like some of the things that Gary Busey says in interviews. Have you heard the way he speaks and stuff?
Yeah,
he's always like coming up with haikus and all, you know,
he's
all
wild.
this. So I didn't realize that. I'd only known him from the screen.
Yeah.
So when I saw that he was acting a little bit crazier, I was like, wow, this is not...
Yeah, I think he just said, you know what, I'm just going to be whatever. And
that's what he does now.
My career's done. I'm done with being a career person.
Yeah.
I'm just going to really speak my mind.
Gary Busey
And kudos,
was nominated for an Academy Award at one point for Great Balls of Fire.
Okay, I didn't
I've
know
never
that.
seen the movie, but
maybe I have.
I think it was late 70s, maybe early 80s.
I feel like I might have, yeah.
And that would be what, Jerry Lee Lewis?
Yep.
So, what are you listening to lately? What kind of music have you been listening to? Anything new?
Yeah, I got the new, quite a few things. Well, there's Goose and there's some Widespread Panic. I've been listening to a lot of Broken Sound because I started playing drums with them, so I'm going back through their catalog a little bit. What's available to me.
Now, I went to the other day. I went on Broken Sound's Spotify and listened to a couple tracks on there, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I liked them live. I mean, I'd seen Andy and here, but with the band and stuff, and you did a fantastic job too. Thanks, buddy. I love. Do you like playing the? What are those bongo drums?
Yeah, congas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
for Das Novas?
Yeah.
Congas.
Yeah.
But then I love being a kit drummer too. I don't get to do it very often, but I do enjoy it. I play all the drums on the recordings that I do.
Okay.
But obviously I want to play guitar and sing when we play live, so
right.
I get somebody to play that.
Very cool. Those sounded really good. Like the congas, cool. they sound.
They're fun.
Because there's not a lot of bands that I've seen live that
have congas.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few I've seen throughout my time, but not a whole lot.
Yeah,
though.
Percussion's fun. It's a good taste thing for any band. I feel like because they play on different beats.
Right.
Everything's so twos and fours. Congas play in the ether. They get to be willy nilly and they get to be somebody different.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun.
Very cool.
That's the fun thing about being a percussion player is you get to play with other bands and be the color.
Right.
Not so much the backbone.
Right.
And it's a lot less stress.
I want to play a little band here. Let's see if the audience can guess.
Let's do it.
You know who it is?
I got a few bands I think it might be.
Okay, it ties into the earlier show.
Is it Semisonic?
No, but good.
Is it better than Ezra?
No, but good. That's a really good. Actually, that's a really good guess.
Is it? There's another band. Space Hog?
Nope. It is Dog Star.
Oh, it is Dog Star. Yeah, cool.
I got to be honest, I never had really heard this song before.
Yeah.
This is their official video, Dog Star, Everything Turns Around, which...
with Keanu Reeves on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was reading about an actor named Jason Patric. I don't know if you know him.
Rush.
Yeah. I was actually watching part of Rush today.
Yeah.
But Jason Patric took over for Keanu Reeves in Speed 2, Cruise Control, the movie.
Yeah.
because Keanu Reeves was going on tour with his band Dogstar.
How fun! I think they just finished recording a new record.
Did they?
It's coming out, and I think they're on tour right now.
Yep, this was posted a month ago, and they've got a new album, Somewhere Between the Power Lines and Palm Trees, coming out soon.
Yeah, they're great.
So, that's cool. Better than Ezra. That was.
Those were some guesses. I was trying to bring it in right there.
I can clearly.
Yeah.
And I have Better Than Ezra on my playlist.
Oh, I love Better. Yeah, I love them.
Now, there was a guy that I knew. His name was Ross Copperman, and he's a songwriter in Nashville, but he had a record deal over in Europe.
Cool.
And he where was I going with that story? I can't remember now.
Dogstar.
I lost my train of
Better Than
thought.
Ezra.
But he I can't remember. I'm still in there.
And it's because he's doing a few things here in the studio, folks. He's
True.
Pulling up videos and moving microphones, and he's got like 5. It looks like NASA on his side of the desk. He's got like 5 screens over there, so
it's
is
really
multitasking.
It is really true, because usually people have we'll have a producer in another booth.
Right.
But we're the producers.
We fired ours.
Yes,
we did.
Yeah, we're out. Get out.
Get out of here. Do not bring that surfboard to work again.
No, it's a danger hazard.
So another thing that I've listened to is the last Sonic Youth live show.
Okay.
It was at a Brooklyn show, and I've been listening. They just recorded the audio of that and released it.
Okay.
So I've been listening to Sonic Youth. But I kind of been in my little bubble of like 10 bands for a long time. And that happens when I'm recording my own music. I don't want to listen to too much external. I don't know.
Well,
sometimes I do,
because you don't want to have like influence from others seep in.
Yeah, I don't want it to do. I mean, already my music probably sounds like 10 bands, but I don't want to spend the time that I would listening and like absorbing new music, because I know that about me. I'm a sit down guy. Like I'll get into like the cross leg and the floor and like read while I'm listening to it, just because I just love I love music, and I love the art of like the packaging and all that.
Me too. I
So
used to love
it's a big process for me.
Getting the sleeve of the album.
Yep, I'm the same.
Or record, and just opening and looking at it, and even the lyric. I used to love when they had lyrics, because it used to be where obviously before all the internet and stuff, sometimes you could not find lyrics at all.
No, yeah, and then we're singing the wrong things forever. Yeah.
So that's
I was listening to a Yes song. I forget which one it was, but it was off. It was off like 90125, I think, or something. And it's like some of the words just like really made themselves clear to me, and I was just like, "What? I've been saying that wrong the entire time." I was listening to it and I was doing dishes or something. And I was like, I completely just heard what he said, and I've never paid attention to that section. Because being a drummer or a percussion player, whatever, you kind of focus on like different parts of the song that are your favorite parts.
Right.
Like if there's a guitar solo, you're thinking guitar. If there's a cool drum intro, you're thinking drums. And if there's lyrics or singing over those parts, you're not going to hear that, because you're focused on the drumming or with the guitar or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah.
So there was whenever I did work at the theater, that made me think of, I would often, make CDs and put in the player, so the audio, you can hear music in between films.
Oh, cool.
So, one
mixtape.
time we had this song by Liz Phair called "Why Can't I?"
Love Liz Phair.
So, and what's funny is that the trailer before this movie is the Expendables trailer.
We've been talking about it. They've been hearing us.
New blood, same attitude.
That's it.
Expendables 4.
Winning lottery numbers. Maybe that'll pop up.
So,
cool.
With this song,
she's great.
There is a cuss word later in the song. I didn't realize it was in the song until I was actually cleaning the theater one time. I was the only one in there, and the F word was playing.
Oh, no.
And no one, it'd been playing all summer, and no one ever complained about it.
Yeah, nobody.
Because they were just used to hearing, I guess, the radio version.
Yeah.
And it's so quick. But that CD with that song was in there at least 6 months. Now the second verse, there's an F word in it, but it's very.
Oh, this is a great tune. I forgot about
it. It really is.
She's awesome.
She was one that I was reading about where she had a lot of people in the industry and her fans thought that she'd sold out during this album. But I always enjoyed the album just as much as some of the other ones.
I think she's re-released maybe one of her earlier records, and she's on tour now.
And she's
and
been
it's
doing it a while.
very well. Like her shows are selling out.
That's great.
She's great.
It is. Have you ever got to see her live?
I have not. I think she was on Lilith Fair for a little while, but just in certain markets. So the Lilith Fairs that I saw that year, which is still hands down one of the best tours I've ever been part of or worked for. But she was not in that market. I think they replaced Liz with maybe Fleming and John or somebody like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were cool. I remember Fleming and John were cool.
Was Jewel? Was she on
Oh, yeah,
that?
Jewel was there too. So maybe she was one of the.
I'd always thought that I would enjoy Jewel in just like a coffee shop setting.
Yeah.
She got that coffee shop vibe from her. You know what I mean?
She's great.
And it's kind of interesting that a lot of the artists like that, like Jewel or even Darius Rucker, they went from pop music to the country music market.
Gotta adapt.
And I think they're both doing. I don't know if Jewel's doing as well, but for a while she did well.
Yeah.
And I think Darius Rucker had
He's
a couple.
doing fine,
Yeah. And
I actually think that Hootie and the Blowfish are back together.
Are they?
If I'm not mistaken, they still have a festival they do every year.
They do it on the cruise or something, don't they?
No, I think that's just like their hometown festival.
Okay.
They do it once a year for sure. I know
Down
that.
in South Carolina?
So Hootie is a band still, and they just probably do well enough from that show. And then Darius does his own thing, and I think the other guys do
side projects
production.
and stuff.
You know, they probably have their own studios and do recording and whatnot.
Now I've wanted to see Weezer. Have you ever seen Weezer?
Have not.
I think that would be
I like Weezer.
a fun show.
Yeah.
But maybe Weezer. I think Weezer is the band that does some kind of a cruise. I think they do because they kind of do kind of fun like
they're
quirky.
It's like
quirky
Weezer
things.
and OK Go.
Yeah.
Are like the two silly bands. They get to do whatever they want. Nobody gives a crap about those two guys, and they just put out these super intense, wild videos, and they just get to do whatever.
I never thought. Now Weezer had released
their version of that Toto song. What is it?
Africa.
Yeah.
Now they've released a whole album full of
covers.
Yeah. And let's see. I think Billie Jean might be on there.
Cool.
Let's see what Weezer Billie Jean sounds like if we can find it here. I don't know if I've heard this one. It's the Turquoise album. But I've always liked Weezer, and is there bands that you've followed? Like, is there bands that you religiously get everything that they release?
Oh yeah.
And or there's some that you followed up to a certain point and you still kind of follow now, but not like because I used to be huge into Weezer, but it seems like the last. Maybe since, I don't know, Spotify and things like that, I don't rush out and get as many albums as I used to.
Yeah, there's two artists that I can think of pretty quickly is the band Pavement.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan.
You mentioned Pavement a couple times.
I could talk for days about the band Pavement, but I've bought everything they've ever put out, every single, every re-release. They've been around for a long time.
Right. And
then the artist Nils Lofgren plays guitar for Bruce Springsteen. He's also a member of Crazy Horse for Neil Young.
Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm very obsessed with Nils Lofgren and his solo stuff. He was in a band called Grin back in the 70s.
Oh, I hadn't heard of.
And so I got pretty obsessed with trying to find all the Grin stuff. And then he got on with Bruce, and he was doing all these solo stuff. All the Bruce albums.
Have you seen Bruce?
Have not. Yeah, that's on the list for sure.
I
guess I probably need to hurry up on that.
Yeah, because
he got sick there for a little bit. There was a couple of shows they had to cancel because he was sick.
Oh, really?
So
he's getting
he's not young. Yeah,
no, he's got to be close. What?
I think mid-70s. I think 75.
Well, I know. I was listening earlier that Aerosmith is going on there.
Yeah, so
because they've got to be in their 70s, don't they? Or close.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and but I think that'll run for quite a few
5 years.
Yeah, kind of like Kiss retiring.
Well, didn't Cher used to do that too?
I'm sure.
Didn't she used to do like a goodbye tour and then goodbye again tour and solo or see you later tour?
Yeah, I think Kiss is the most famous one that does that though. They'll say
this is it.
This is it. End of the road, and then they end up doing like a 10-year tour. So wild. I can't blame them. I guess if you're gonna announce this is the retirement tour and it sells that well, then write it out. and that's the reason they're doing it is because people are still buying tickets.
Yeah.
So keep going.
When was the last Kiss as far as like a hit song goes? 80s?
I have no clue.
I couldn't tell you. Not to be honest with you. Like I wouldn't know the last.
Was it Animalized? Was there an Animalized album? I think it had the one hit. I don't remember.
I don't either. I've not really. I mean, I don't want to say I don't dislike Kiss, but I've never really followed Kiss that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was they were around, but I was a little more progressive at the time. There was other bands that I found were cooler, so I chased those bands, Rush, and Yes, and some of those bands. I wasn't really into the theatrics as far as like Alice Cooper or Kiss or but I ended up growing to love. I've seen Kiss, and I do love them now. I don't turn Kiss when it's on.
Right.
Yeah. And they're doing something pretty cool lately. Kiss has been re-releasing some of their live shows. Uh-huh. And so I've been kind of keeping an eye on some of the live shows because I want the good years.
Okay.
I want when some of the, because they've had different drummers over a period of time, and I want some of the good years.
Right. Well, they've had, Gene Simmons has dabbled in acting too.
He has? Are you talking about the Jules King, this stinking VH1 show?
Oh, his reality show?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I was going to try and make a joke about.
See, what was
that's his acting, but
well, he's also a villain in a Tom Selleck movie called Runaways from the 80s.
Okay, have not seen that.
And I don't know what the movie is about.
It's about runaways.
It's
about these kids that run.
It's a futuristic movie, and there are like robotic spiders in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and Gene Simmons is the villain.
All right, Runaways. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah. Or it might be called Runaway. It's either Runaway or Runaways. It's something like that. But if you type in Tom Selleck, Gene...
I'm going to get the wrong Runaways. It's going to be like Gary Busey and Keanu Reeves.
Runaways.
It'll be the entire cast of the original Point Break I should have watched, and instead I watched the bad Point Break.
Well, the newest Point Break, let's see, when it came out...
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Let's see if I can look real quick and see... when it came out, because the one the guys earlier watched was in 1991, and I'm pretty sure that the Point Break that came out was like maybe 2015, and it didn't even make as much money as the original one did, but yet it cost 5 times as much. Well, 2015. Ray Winstone is probably the only name.
Really?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ray Winstone.
Yeah, let's see. So the newest one cost $105 million.
Come on, Point Break remake.
In America, made 28.
Yikes.
Worldwide, 133, but the studio only gets half, so it was a financial failure. Whereas, as we said, the earlier Point Break cost 23 and made 43.
Who are some? So Ray's the only big name, or the...
I'd say that would probably be the only name that if anybody would know.
He's in the new Ahsoka show on Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays one of the... I guess he's chasing the Jedi.
Okay, let's see if there was any other people in here that we may know.
Was Steve Guttenberg in it?
No, but he does have a loyal following because the show, what's he on? Ballers?
Gutenberg?
I think so.
Yeah.
When I saw that he was on that show, I was like, he doesn't seem to fit in. Like, I've never watched the show, but I mean, from the other cast members, like Steve Guttenberg?
Yeah, he's cool.
But he kind of, he had a big run in the 80s, if you think about it. I mean, he had 3 Men and a Baby,
Academy.
Police Academy, Cocoon.
That's a movie we should do, is the one where they go to Russia.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's
Let's
like
write Police Academy down.
They're so good.
Have you seen them all?
I have, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't. I think I've just seen the ones he's in. I don't think I've seen...
I think the the one where they go to Russia is like, it's only like 3 of the original crew. And
okay.
it's like not very well done in the budget, I think they had to say, let's go to Russia because they filmed in Russia and it was much cheaper.
Okay, so it's called Mission to Moscow.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Let's see. We've got Police Academy. Then you've got Police Academy 2, The First Assignment.
Oh, classic.
Then you've got Police Academy 3, Back in Training. Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Police Academy 5, Assignment, Miami Beach.
What?
And then you've got Police
There's
Academy 6, City Under Siege.
There's 7?
Let's see. And it looks... Let's see. I said Mission Moscow, didn't I?
Yeah.
6. And it says there's one in 2015.
Okay, I'm way behind. I have not seen the last 2.
But I think the one
I didn't know there was that many.
I think the one in 2015 is
Mission to Russia, to Moscow.
I think it's just foreign. I think the last one, 2015. So Mission to Moscow.
That's fun. Well, it's getting close to the end of the show.
It made $126,000. Mission to Moscow.
Okay, that did not do well. That is not a success.
No, not at all.
Were those Russian dollars or were they American dollars?
It says worldwide.
That's hilarious.
So, and the first one, we'll go back to 1984 really quickly here. The first one made $81 million. So they were
steady
successful.
decline.
Yeah, $81 million down to $126,000.
Well, it was a good run.
It was. I guess Gutenberg dropped out when he should have.
He did. Yes, he got out when the Guten was. He got out when the Guten was good.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Gutenberg. So yeah, it's been a fun show tonight.
It has, man. And I think what we've learned today is that sometimes being creative keeps our emotions very close to the surface.
Yeah.
And
because I said even before we started the show, tears might fly tonight. They didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think if I've actually shed tears today. Just a
won't.
little bit.
Maybe you will.
I won't today because we only have 4 minutes
yeah.
left in today.
Yeah, and I'll keep you laughing
So, yeah.
for the rest. But I think that we've learned that being emotional is okay and that being creative is okay. And sometimes we learn as we go, and most of life is without a net, and that's one of the best things about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And
I think you're awesome, and I think you do a lot of work for these shows, and
I appreciate that. I really do, and I do appreciate your involvement in the show because the show.
Thanks. I'm glad you asked me.
I
love it.
1 hour photo.
That was the one.
The very first one.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to film 2 hour photos. So
yes,
I can't wait for that. It's gonna be great.
With Keanu Reeves and Gary Busey.
Yeah, he hasn't called me back yet.
No,
but he will.
So, well,
all you gotta do is dangle that meatball sub.
Yes, 2. Give me 2.
2. Utah. 2.
So please go check out the social media pages at Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, The Other People Show. Anthony Wayne, what about you?
Anthony Wayne Vibe, awvibe.com. Got a little short tour coming up, new music coming out. You and I are working on the video. Yep. Broken Sound, Das Novas.
A lot of fun stuff coming up.
A lot of great bands that I get to be involved in. I'm very grateful.
Yep. That's Anthony.
Hey, that's Adam over there.
And we are The Other People Show.
Vaya con Dios.